From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Weekly.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Weekly. We're glad you joined us for this look at what's happening in and around Troy University. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, Trojans everywhere now know who will lead the athletic department after the departure of John Hartwell earlier this year. The announcement was made last Friday. Ryan Renfro has the details.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce to you the ninth and the newest athletic director in Division I, Mr. Jeremy McLean.
And with that introduction, the Trojan Nation was introduced to the new head of its athletic department. Jeremy McLean will take over the reins as Director of Athletics starting on September 1st. McLean comes to Troy from Southern Miss, where he spent the last 3 years as Deputy Director of Athletics. McLean is excited about his new role at Troy.
You know, it's hard to find the right adjective. I tell you, it's off the charts. I'm incredibly excited for the opportunity to lead Troy athletics. You know, it's been a great day. I can't, you know, the people of Troy, the way they've treated us during this process, this week, trying to get us prepared to be here, and even as we arrived, it's just been. My wife leaned over as I finished up my comments and said, "Wow, these people are incredibly welcoming and nice," and she's right. I mean, it's just been special.
McLean says that he wants Troy to become the premier program in the Sun Belt Conference and that the building blocks are already in place for that to occur.
You know, on a bigger scale, I'm excited about the opportunity and what lies, like I said, what lies ahead for us. I think our best days are ahead, and you know, it's a great opportunity for me, great opportunity for us to build on the foundation that's been laid here. And you know, John Hartwell had a lot to do with that, and people before him. But we're in a good position. We're in a good position, and we're looking to build some momentum. And I see that coming really soon.
And Chancellor Jack Hawkins feels that McLean is the man to lead Troy to those goals.
I think the appointment is essential for the continued growth of the program, and I think we have the right man at the right time to lead our program forward. In terms of his commitment, it's not just about football, it's not just about one sport, it's about all of our sports, and it's not just about building a team, it's about building a program, and that's more important.
Ryan Renfro, Troy TrojanVision News.
Downtown Montgomery will soon have another beverage option thanks to an expansion on Troy's Montgomery campus. Amanda Daher explains.
On Wednesday morning, Troy University announced an expansion to its Montgomery campus. The university bookstore will expand into a Barnes & Noble cafe and will offer an expanded menu for both students and residents in the downtown area.
Currently, students and faculty and staff who work and go to school here in Montgomery do not actually have available to them right now a consistent and quality food service. One of the things that we've been talking about for the last year is how can we provide a more dependable food service option for people that work at the university. So in discussing with Barnes & Noble, a renovated bookstore, we immediately saw the opportunity to expand into one of their cafe options. And so even though it's a Barnes & Noble cafe, it will serve Starbucks products.
Montgomery Mayor Todd Strange says that he is excited to see this addition to the blossoming revitalization efforts in the downtown area.
But this is just a great confidence builder for not only Troy, but for this end of Montgomery. There's so many things that are going on. New restaurants are coming, new residents will be here, and as the Senator talked about, perhaps there'll just be people wandering up this direction to be able to get that good Starbucks at Barnes & Noble.
Troy University has often been seen as one of the major contributors to the initial revitalization efforts in downtown Montgomery, and Chancellor Jack Hawkins is glad to see the school can still be a part of that effort.
It's encouraging for all of us to continue to see the developments in downtown Montgomery, and those developments will have a ripple effect with all the condominium that are being constructed, the renovation, the new retail, new entertainment venues, and this part of Montgomery that sits right in the heart of what has been the genesis of the Renaissance, if you will. Where the Rosa Parks Library and Museum is located, Federal Courthouse. This will bring even another resource to an under-resourced part of the city. You know, with our Barnes & Noble cafe, now people will have a place for Starbucks coffee. They'll have a place to retreat to in a beautiful setting.
Amanda Daher, Troy TrojanVision News.
Construction on the new Barnes & Noble cafe is expected to begin in October. The project should be completed by next spring. And that's not the only expansion for a Troy campus. Students with military affiliations now have a place to call home on Troy's Dothan campus. Anna Sullivan has that story.
On July 28th, Troy University officially opened its third Troy for Troops Center, this one on its Dothan campus. The Troy for Troops Center is designed to give assistance to students with military affiliations.
Well, we are deeply appreciative of the men and women who have served this great country, many of whom are still on active duty, of course, at Fort Rucker. And this is our way to help them succeed. This is about retention. This is about going from the beginning point to the point of graduation. And so this one-stop shop is to facilitate their every need, ranging from financial need to tutoring to whatever counseling that may be in order.
Chancellor Hawkins says that this new addition to the Dothan campus is part of a larger strategic plan to offer more services to the students in Dothan.
I think for the Dothan campus to truly reach its potential, not only does it need to focus on academics, it needs to focus on community and community service and reaching out to the people throughout the Wiregrass to make sure that they have that support system that's so necessary.
The Troy for Troops Center was formed out of a long-term mission to provide support to troops overseas, but now serves troops and their families closer to home.
Back in the beginning, it was strictly to extend our appreciation to those in harm's way, truly in harm's way, in Iraq and later in Afghanistan. And so we've continued to send those boxes of cookies and those other things that they need just to express our thanks for them risking their very lives in our defense. And so as we watch the Troy for Troops Center evolve, we've seen it now become part of our institution under the very able leadership of Captain Dave Barron.
Dothan's Troy for Troops Center is located on the first floor of Adams Hall. Anna Sullivan, Troy TrojanVision News.
Troy University's newest students got some advice to start their collegiate careers from a Troy alumnus whose career path led him from TrojanVision News to the NFL Network. Haley Greathouse has that story.
The newest members of the Troy University family gathered together to hear words of encouragement Sunday at the annual Freshman Odyssey Convocation. Patrick Claiborne, a Troy alumnus and part of the NFL Network, spoke to the students about his experiences at Troy and encouraged them to focus on being themselves.
You can just be you. You can be you and accomplish so much through Troy University, and that's all that's really important to me.
College can be confusing at first, but Claiborne says anyone can do well at Troy.
It's okay to be lost. It's okay to not really know what you're doing and not really understand it, because this university will kind of accept you in.
He says relationships made at Troy can help students in the future.
And as long as you're a part of that process and you're willing to give yourself to other people and allow them to give themselves to you, then you can do whatever you want through Troy University.
Claiborne, a 2006 alumnus, says a lot has changed since his time in college.
I went to the site of what used to be an alumni hall, to me a place I was able to call home for more than 4 years, and really looking at just how different everything is, but it still feels the same.
Troy University has made a lot of progress in the past 9 years, and Claiborne hopes that the changes encourage the students.
Now, I wasn't able to have a 42-inch TV that's just in my room. I had to have the big CRT that I hauled up 4 flights of stairs, but that's what progress is all about. I'm excited that these students are going to love and appreciate Troy just as much, if not more, than I do.
Claiborne says Troy University, and especially his time at Troy TrojanVision, has helped him better prepare for his career.
You run across so many people from so many other places that didn't have the opportunities that I had, that I was able to walk into a building and know what I was supposed to do and how to do it and be able to do it on time. And that's what you learn here at Troy.
Haley Greathouse, Troy TrojanVision News.
It was good to have you back, Patrick. Well, we're going to take a short break, but when we return, we'll see how technology is connecting students to their laundry. Find out how after this short break.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
the warrior spirit. It's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
With the start of a new school year, the Troy University Student Government Association met to discuss plans for the upcoming semester in a new location. Courtney Chandler has the details.
With school being officially back in session, the Troy University Student Government Association met for its first meeting for the fall semester on Tuesday night.
Really excited to get so many projects that we've worked on that are carrying over from last year, some of the projects that we came up with this summer, and some of the ongoing projects that we'll continue to develop. Really, we just laid out our goals for the upcoming fall, and really some of the fall for the spring semester as well.
Old and new senators met to discuss plans for the upcoming semester, and this year the SGA has moved to a new location for their upcoming meetings.
You know, when I sat down and think, what is a good place to accommodate enough people? Let's say we have, 30, 40 visitors. So we looked at maybe the auditorium in Hawkins Hall, and it worked out so well that across the hall there's a boardroom, which we use for our executive meetings the hour before the Senate meeting. So it worked out really well.
One of the new things that the SGA is introducing for this semester is the new Cork app that will now replace Trojan Today.
Cork is actually just a function of that. When you download it on your phone, it lets you see all the events that are going on, not only for that organization, but all the other organizations that you select for it to notify you. So it's a really cool function that we have. And
one exec member told how students can get involved with SGA and run for Senate seats for the fall semester.
The Troy SGA office always open. There's always someone here from 8 to 5. So you can come and ask, how do I get involved in SGA? Our Senate applications are actually up for many of the resident storms and I think one at-large seat. So if anyone actually wants to run, they can go on that Trojan Connection that we've been talking about and apply for that.
Courtney Chandler, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Some Troy University students had a new place to live at the start of the fall semester, but it wasn't just new to them. It was new to everyone on campus. Sarah Singletary gives us a look at the new residence hall.
Coming off just over a year's worth of demolition and construction, New Hall is now completely full with residents. Both private and double rooms come with a full-size bed, 42-inch television, and private bathroom. Each wing of the building also has its own tornado shelters, and the area joining the two sides of the building will serve as a common area and study room. And although construction in some areas is incomplete, one resident is looking forward to enjoying the finished product.
Well, my favorite part about living in the new residence hall is it's a lot of technology, and they're having a new lobby type thing for all the students that live here. They have study areas and just a place to hang out, so that's going to be really cool.
New Hall is only a short walk away from both Trojan Dining and most academic buildings. One resident says she enjoys the convenient location.
It's really nice. Most of my classes are right here in Patterson, so I literally just have to walk across the parking lot. And then it's close to Saga, so if I ever get hungry, I just have to walk across the street.
Some upperclassmen were lucky enough to score a spot in the new residence hall. One resident shares with us what she believes is the biggest difference between New Hall and other on-campus housing.
The biggest difference to me is probably not sharing a bathroom. I lived in Hamel and I had to share with an entire hall. That was horrible. And then in Shackelford, you had to share with 2 other people. And here, you don't have to do that. So that's really nice.
And the new residence hall is full of state-of-the-art extras, including some technology that is connecting residents to their laundry using the internet. Devereaux Bogart explains.
This fall semester brought many new changes to Troy's campus. New students, new coaches, a new dorm, and even a new website that could make some on-campus residents' lives that much simpler. New Residence Hall is implementing Laundry View, a web-based system that will notify you with the status of the dorm's washers and dryers.
It saves you time. You don't have to walk down to the laundry room to see if your laundry's done. You can just check your computer really fast and come down here.
By simply going online to laundryview.com/TroyUNIV, you can check how many washers or dryers are currently available, how much time is left on a machine, and even sign up for text messages to alert you when your clothes are done. And for one resident, that's not even the best part.
If you buy an iPhone 6, you can walk up to the touch screen and you can actually pay with your phone for your laundry instead of using quarters.
But one resident explains there are some limitations to the system.
I know the students have to use their Trojan cards and their Trojan accounts in order for the machines to text you, which is sort of a downside because I personally use quarters.
While only New Residence Hall is currently using LaundryView, one student could see it expanding all over campus.
If it is really beneficial and people are using it, that's the big thing, is if they use it or not, then yeah, I can see it across campus.
Deborah Bogart, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And another new technology on campus is connecting students to Troy's organizations and activities. Jordan Nelson explains.
Students often want to take part in activities on campus, but are unaware of when and where the events will be.
I mean, a lot of people are always looking for things to do. They don't know what to do, and they just want to find something to do, even if it's as simple as, hey, they're just going to have like a water gun fight or something out on the quad. I don't know.
And for students looking to get involved on campus but aren't quite sure how, help is only a tap away.
Trojan Connections is the brand new website we're using this year for our student organizations, also is our event page. The great thing about Trojan Connection is that along with it is an app called Cork.
Cork, spelled C-O-R-Q, is the new go-to event finder for all Trojans to enjoy.
You can download it right from your app store if you have an iPhone or an Android. And once you have it on your phone, you can log in as a Troy student. And from there, you can see all the events that are happening at Troy University. You can also see public events that are happening at colleges and universities near Troy.
An app that allows students to know what events are going on campus can make sure that our campus events are highly more attended. Everybody has a telephone in their hand, so if you can pull up an app just like you use Instagram or Twitter, you can pull up an app and use it automatically. I do think that students will look at the app more to find out what student organizations are doing on our campus today.
Jordan Elston, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll see some of the fun activities Troy University students were involved in during the first week of class. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
One student organization was using frozen treats to break the ice when it comes to getting involved. Miss Elite Society was on the social quad getting to know potential members as well as giving out information about the group. Casey Freeman has the details.
Do you guys want a popsicle or some ice cream?
On a hot summer day, who can't resist a popsicle? The ladies of Miss Elite Society provided the chilly treats while educating Troy students about the organization.
We're having a popsicle social, basically almost like a meet and greet for new freshmen on campus that don't really know about Miss Elite Society or didn't get a chance to talk to us during Impact. But basically we're giving out popsicles or ice cream on the social quad. It's hot, so it keeps you cool, and we're also being able to tell them information about our great organization.
But there is an end goal to giving away the popsicles.
It will intrigue them and want to become a member and want to be involved on campus. And that's the goal we're trying to really get out to everyone, that you're a female, you can do a lot of things on campus, and that we're here to serve everyone.
Woods has high hopes for bringing young women together through community service.
This upcoming year, I really want to promote unity for a very diverse crowd. We do tend to have majority African American females, but I want to break that barrier. Just let everyone know, if you're a female of any race, any color, we're welcoming you. And if you have a big serving heart, we're just glad to have you here and join the organization.
Although people join Miss Elite for several different reasons, one member talks about her experience in Miss Elite Society.
Well, personally, I joined Miss Elite Society my freshman year, so it meant a new way to meet new people. I've actually met my best friend in Miss Elite Society, which is kind of like cliche, but also it stands for motivating and instilling sophisticated students into an elite society. And I feel that personally it has made me become a more sophisticated person. It has made me grow.
Casey Freeman, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Every other Wednesday, Troy University students get to take a midweek break and enjoy some of the latest movies at a discount price. Samantha Charles explains how.
The University Activities Council, in partnership with Continental Cinemas, kicked off the school year with the student favorite, Dollar Movie Night.
Dollar Movie Night is something the university started back, I can't remember, it's been quite some time now, for the students to come for $1, and the University Activities Council actually covers the rest of your ticket, so it's part of your activity dollars at work.
I think Dollar Movie Night is probably the most popular event on campus. Everybody seems to enjoy it because they get to come watch new movies for only $1. And so as long as they enjoy it, you know, we come and we have a good time while working, so I think it's very beneficial to campus.
Every first and third Wednesday of the month, the movie prices here at Continental Cinemas are poppin'.
Honestly, just the fact that it's $1 should be encouraging enough, but the fact that once you get here, the environment that you're in, you know, because everybody can pay $1 and come watch a movie, so with the environment, it's just, why wouldn't you be here?
Although it may seem surprising, Dollar Movie Night is not only economically beneficial for the students, but for Continental Cinemas as well.
Oh, it helps us incredibly. That new Screen 6 wouldn't be back there without this. This is a huge boon to us, you know, to have the students here and for them to be coming to the movies and be able to afford it in the way they do.
And if you're still not convinced about Dollar Movie Night,
it's fun, and you're with all your students, you know, all the rest of your people that you go to school with. I mean, what's more fun than going to the movies? You know, it's an easy entertainment, couple hours, sit down, have some popcorn, and enjoy it with your friends. It's just a great midweek break.
And it's time for our last break. When we return, we'll get a preview of the Trojan soccer season. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is Dr. Daniel Smith. He's an expert in domestic and international economics. But his proudest achievement is connecting with his students and helping them accomplish more than they ever thought possible. That's the warrior spirit, and it's alive and well at Troy University. Feel it at troy.edu/spirit.
Look at me, hey.
Raymond, look at mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
The Trojan soccer team will kick off their season this weekend. We'll get a preview of the season from head coach Jason Hamilton in this week's Trojan Talk. Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. They'll be getting a preview of the Trojan soccer season, and my guest today should know a thing or two about the Trojan soccer team, head coach Jason Hamilton. Jason, thanks for joining me here today.
Thanks for having me.
And Trojan soccer, the level of excitement from last year to this year. Last year, obviously, probably the best season in the program history, and a dominating performance by the team. The level of excitement shot through the roof. You hoping that's going to carry over for this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I know within the program, the staff and the players, and even within athletics, everyone's very excited for us to get back out there. We're hoping that it continues with the fans. The support we had last year was amazing. We were undefeated at home, so we're hoping that just continues to grow. With as we have success, that more fans get out there. Our girls are out there working hard, letting people know about our games. So we want to make sure that we're filling those stands, week in and week out, and we have down the road, not looking too far, South Alabama. We've ordered 1,000 shirts, so we want to give away 1,000 shirts at that game. So we're excited about this year.
Yeah. So and obviously you can look back now and be honest about it. Were you expecting to have a season like you had for your first year here?
As far as the win total, 16 wins, I don't think that was on my list of expectations. But we set team goals, and our team goals were to finish in the top 3 in the conference in regular season, to win our first conference tournament game, and then make it to the conference championship. So we set those goals, we achieved those goals. This year we've raised the bar, and our goal is to win the conference in regular season, win the conference in the tournament. So, the total wins, 16, was probably higher than what we might have thought, but we're happy with it. And our goals for this year, it's not about a number of wins, it's about the conference games. So those are the ones that are important to us.
And of course, you've just wrapped up a preseason, very short preseason schedule, but it was a productive preseason schedule. You had a close one against a very good team, and then was able to pick up a win as well. Talk about that, about your success in the preseason there.
Yeah, It was a unique kind of preseason for us. So we really only had about 6 days together before we played in our first game. So we went down to Gainesville to play University of Florida, one of the best teams every year in women's soccer. Last year, I think they lost in the Elite Eight. This year, they were pre-ranked at number 8 in the country for going into the season. So we knew it would be a good test for us. We have 17 freshmen, a transfer, and then 15 returners from last year. So we've got a big group of players that we wanted to see how they mesh well together and put them up against one of the best teams in the country to see how they're going to handle college soccer. So we were very happy that we were able to not only play against Florida and compete in that game, but we took a lead first, and we played 30 players. So our depth this year is much more than it was last year, and that's what we're excited about. Last year we probably used 14, 15 players throughout the season, where this year we put 30 players out against one of the best teams in the country, and they all competed. And then we turned around a couple days to regroup and train, and we went up to Murray State and played against a team that I think they were a 13-win team last year as well. So another good program, and we played phenomenal. We were all over them. We scored 3 goals. We had another 2 goals that we scored that were called back offside. So offensively, we were clicking. We were right on, and we were happy with how that game turned out. Kind of carried off of last year. Another shutout for us. Didn't give up a lot of opportunities, and we put goals in the back of the goal, and it gave us that opportunity to have that win.
And it's got to add to that level of excitement and your expectations, especially getting to see this team come together going into your first matchup.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I call it the second year hangover that any sports team has. A new coach comes in, the first year they do very well, they have some success, there's excitement, there's the changes kind of have that instant success, and then that second year comes around, and that kind of fizzles off a little bit. So that was my biggest concern coming this year is 17 freshmen. Yes, we have 9 of 11 starters coming back from last year, so we're excited about that. But having such a young team, what are these players going to be able to give us off the bat? And having 2 games thus far is great for us. We've gotten to see what some of them can do as individuals, how they mesh with some of the returning players. So it's we don't think that we're gonna have any issues going forward.
First official match this Friday. Gardner Webb come into town. Talk a little about that game and expectations.
Yeah, we played them last year at their place. I think we scored in about the 85th minute to win 1-0. So we're expecting pretty much the same. It should be a good battle. They're same situation. They're in a second year with their coach, so he's brought in more players this year that are players that he's been able to recruit. So for us, to be at home, we definitely want to be successful at home like we did last year. we want to stay undefeated and make sure we're getting those wins. We want to get the fans out there to show them the style that we're playing. I think this year is going to be more exciting than last year with the way we play, a little bit more offensive minded. Not that last year wasn't, but I think we'll see a lot more goals. Our attacking group of players are very dynamic, and I think that we're going to put up some big numbers.
Well, here's hoping that you do get those crowds showing up Friday night at 7 at the Trojan Soccer Complex to kick off the season, and hopefully another successful season for the Trojan Soccer program in your second season here. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. That's our show. Have a good week.